Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys hopefully what is going to be more of an everyday look. When it comes to makeup, I do tend to get a little carried away. So hopefully this title isn't going to be clickbait, and this is going to be a look that you can wear to work, school, everyday grocery shopping, all that good stuff. So if you want to see how to achieve that look, keep watching. So I've already gone ahead and did my pre-makeup routine, which is wash my face, apply my astringent. I also already did put on my moisturizer. So before we get started, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that all over to my face. I do apply a generous amount on my index finger. And if I do keep looking down, it's because I'm looking into my mirror here. I do like it. It has tea tree oil in it and it feels really soft and airy on my face. And it just also gives me a smooth finish after I've applied it. And this is something you can wear either alone or under your foundation. I am also going to use my e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation as well. And I'm going to take my e.l.f. foundation brush and I'm going to go ahead and dab the foundation all over my face. Now again, if this foundation does look light, I bought it a couple months ago. I look so weird. I bought it I think a couple months ago, and I was a lot lighter then, and I've only worn this foundation one time, so I don't even remember if it's going to be my actual matching shade right now, but we will find out. I know this is supposed to be a drugstore product video, but I am using my beauty blender to go ahead and blend my makeup. It's just a product I use literally all the time, and it's the one that I feel most comfortable using. So you can go ahead and use any brush or sponge or beauty blender that you find comfortable. I just wanted to use it because, like I said, it's something that I'm the most comfortable using. So I'm just blending this all into my face. And as you can tell, I'm not dragging the beauty blender, I'm literally dabbing it on my face, because when you drag, that's when you get streaks, and sometimes it can lift the product, any products underneath your face too, it can lift it off. And I'm using my beauty blender damp. That's how I always like to use my beauty blender. If you did watch my Fenty foundation review, I did use the Sponge Soft. I didn't really like it, and I always recommend using a damp sponge or beauty blender. I just find that it blends the foundation effortlessly and it blends it out easier too. So I feel like this is my match. Wow, it's like really close. Honestly, for a drugstore brand foundation, I think this is a really good foundation. I did use it once before and I didn't really like it. I think I had done something different. That's why I don't remember what I did and I didn't like it, but I'm using this again, my second time, and I changed my mind. This is a really good foundation. Like, I'm really impressed. It honestly looks like it's my natural skin, like I'm not even kidding, and it's like a perfect match. I'm shook. Like, it's just really smooth, and pairing it up with the primer, I think it's a really good combination. Like, unbelievable. And it's also the primer too, so primer really does make a big difference. So if you don't use primer, I suggest trying one, and one day wear primer under your foundation and the next day don't, and kind of like test out the difference. I used to not wear primer and then I started and it was like life-changing. So now I'm gonna move on to the next step. I'm gonna go ahead and take my NYX concealer, the HD concealer, and I'm gonna go ahead So this is like an older product that I used to use, so that's why it's like really like not working, and it's like literally almost empty because I used to use this all the time until I decided I was going to ditch Drugstore. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this under my eyelids. The color of this concealer is closer to my actual foundation. It's not lighter because I used to just prefer a concealer that was closer to my foundation. So that's why I didn't really use it for brightening, but now I do. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on my eyelids too. I'm gonna go ahead and try to hurry up and blend this out before like it gets dry, because the bottle is like empty. I'm just gonna take my beauty blender again and I'm just going to blend this out. Now, some of these steps that I'm doing, they are optional. If you already have light under eye area and you don't want to go ahead and add concealer, or you're running late or something, feel free to skip some of these steps. I'm just doing these steps because this is what I would do on a normal makeup routine. I normally don't wear anything, so it's all or nothing for me. But for you, if you want to skip a step, feel free. I'm just showing all the steps because this is how I would do my makeup. So I haven't used Drugstore products in a minute and I kind of miss it. Like, honestly, I find NYX and e.l.f. to be like the best. I used to use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. That wasn't doing me justice. But honestly, if you are looking for, if you want to just start off doing makeup, or you just want to have makeup that you can play with every day or apply every day, the two brands I would recommend are NYX and e.l.f. and they do not test on animals. So that's a good plus right there. Now I'm going to break a little rule here. I am going to go ahead and use my Laura Mercier setting powder. It's the only setting powder that I have. I don't have any Drugstore ones, unfortunately. And today I'm just gonna use this brush. It's a brush I've never used before, to go ahead and set my under eye area. So I'm just gonna look up and I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyes. And this is just gonna help with creasing, and it's going to go ahead and set my under eye area. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it down to where I put all of the concealer. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to eyeshadow. I'm not doing anything fancy today. When I think of everyday eyeshadow look, I just normally think of nudes. And I do like a light eyelid and then just adding a little bit of a darker brown to the outer corners. But I'm going to be using this palette. It's really old. I've literally used it a couple times. That's why I haven't gotten rid of it. But I'm just going to go ahead and pick up a matte lid shade from here. So I am going to take a shade like this. So it's like a goldeny brown. And I'm just gonna go ahead and take my e.l.f. Eyeshadow brush. It's like a flat brush like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into that color and really get it all over my brush like so. You can take a handheld mirror and I'm just gonna swipe this all over the lid today. And I'm not doing anything fancy. This is a look for every day. So this is something that I would do every day. Normally I'm in a hurry, so I would just throw on some eyeshadow. And I'm just really outlining my eyelid, like getting into this corner and dragging it inside the crease. This is my e.l.f. blending eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna take a dark color and I'm just gonna sweep it around here, and that's all I'm doing. So I'm going to just take like this brown. It's literally a matte brown. I don't want anything fancy. So I'm just going to go ahead and swipe my brush in there, grab some product, tap off the extra, and then I'm just gonna sweep it in and just try to like blend it into this crease that I've got going, or blend it into my crease. So I just like to highlight the center of my lid, so I'm gonna go into my NYX Strobe of Genius palette. So it just looks like this. It's supposed to be highlight, but I use it for everything. And I'm just going to go ahead and dip in. Oh, I still have the paper. I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into this color right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a finger, because I'm just imagining that you could be doing this before going to work and don't have too much time like myself. I'm just gonna take it onto my middle finger and just dab it all over my eyelid like so. And that's the finished eyeshadow look. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe off the setting powder. You can literally take any brush. I imagine you have a drugstore version of this brush. This is my Tarte brush, so I'm just using it. So I am just gonna go in with my Eyeshadow Black Magic eyeliner. I know this is not really drugstore, but it's the only eyeliner that I have. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my top eyeliner. Now, since this is an everyday look, I'm not gonna go ahead and make it dramatic. I'm gonna try to make my lines as thin as possible, but we'll see what happens. I'm just taking my Ciate pencil liner to go ahead and line the insides of my eyes. And because this is a everyday look, I'm not gonna go ahead and apply any false lashes. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply mascara to my natural lashes. So I'm gonna grab my eyelash curler. I haven't used this in a decade, but I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a mascara. Again, I'm sorry, this is not a drugstore mascara. It's my Ciate mascara. I received so many mascaras in my Ipsy bags, and so I just have so many. I barely use mascara, but I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some to my top and lower lashes. Combing your lashes will help with the clumpiness, and it will help separate them. And then you can also take the end of it and just kind of like lift your eyelashes. So as they dry, they'll kind of dry lifted. I'm just gonna do the same thing with my other eye. And I'm gonna go ahead and do my bottom lashes. I'm gonna go in and just go ahead and contour just a bit. Again, some of these steps are optional, or all of these steps are optional, so you can do what you feel comfortable doing, or you can skip through some of these steps. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my e.l.f. Golden Bronzer bronzing palette. So So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my Real Techniques little brush that I use for contour, and I'm just gonna dip into these two shades right here. I'm gonna do the fish face, and I'm going to contour. So when I contour, I don't like taking it all the way down, and I like to stop right where I can't feel my teeth anymore, just to give it a really like angle, because when you go all the way in, it just looks weird, and you want like more of a cut. So that's why I stop like right about there. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side of my face. And I do like to drag it up in here, just to, you know, give my face more angles. Go ahead and contour my forehead area. So I'm just taking the same palette, same two colors. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to the temple. I'm just gonna hold my hair back. And then I am just going to go ahead and take some down here. Now I'm going to move on to brows. I am just going to take my It Cosmetics Brow Power little brow pencil thing. Doing my eyebrows, I do prefer to take something that's a little bit lighter than the shade of my eyebrows, because it just helps blend them more. So I don't want to take like a dark brown or a black, because then they're going to like look way too defined. Like you'll be able to see my eyebrows from 2 miles away, and we don't want that. We want our brows to look natural, and just slightly filled in. So I was blessed with thick eyebrows already, so I literally don't have to do too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I combed my eyebrow hairs down so I can see the areas that need to be filled in, and I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly fill in this natural arch that I have going already, just to kind of like fill it in. And as you can see, like right here, and you can see the difference. So that's all I did. And again, I just combed the hair down, and I'm just filling in the areas where it needs to be filled in. So you can see before it was sparse, now it's more filled in. And then I just take my eyebrow hairs and I comb them all up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just already, like, I have this line going, so I'm just gonna go ahead and define it. And I do take a light hand and feather in this bottom part just to give it like a really defined look. And I like to feather my brush up, kind of mimicking like hairs already, just in this little sparse area. So I don't know if you can see the difference in this eyebrow versus the bottom of this eyebrow. Like you can see like little sparse areas, and then this one just looks really filled in and nice and complete. And as you can see now, it's filled in. I'm gonna take the other end of my eyebrow pencil, and I'm just gonna go ahead and comb my eyebrow hairs. That's it for brows. Now I'm just gonna take an extra step, and I just wanna highlight underneath my eyebrows. So I'm gonna take my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush and my NYX Strobe of Genius palette, and I'm going to take this color, and I'm just gonna swipe my brush in once like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to right underneath my eyebrow just to highlight. Now I'm gonna move on to blush. I'm gonna take my half broken NYX blush, and when I say half broken. And I think They don't sell this shade anymore. I don't know. I was looking for it and I can't find it anymore. But this is in the shade PB25. Color is Pinched and it's really pink. I love pink blushes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my blush brush, dip into my blush, and lightly feather this on. We just want like a nice barely there look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it a little bit overlapping on my contour so it can blend. I'm just dragging it up into my temple area too. So I do like to blend my blush into the contour just so it can all look tied together. I'm gonna do the same thing on my other side. And then I'm just gonna take my big brush like this and I'm just gonna blend them together. This middle color that we put on the tops of our lids, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight my cheekbone with this. It into my blush so everything is just blended. Last step is going to be lips. So I'm just taking my little Eco Lips lip scrub. I literally picked this up from Walmart, so this is definitely Drugstore. And I just go ahead and put it on my lips and scrub it, and then I just take a towel and wipe it off. I'm gonna just take my towel and rub it off so I can make sure that my lips are really smooth. So now I'm just gonna go in and take my my Milani lip liner, and it's in the color Nude, and I just use this to line and fill. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips and use this as my lipstick. So that's all I'm gonna go ahead and do. And normally I do just wear this lip liner just like that because it's really pretty and it's really subtle. You can go ahead and add a gloss over it, put lipstick on top of your lip liner, or you can just simply wear your lip liner, and it doesn't have to be this color, obviously. It can be whatever color you want. But this is my everyday lip product. Here's the final look. As you can see, this was a really quick and easy way to do makeup for every day. You can wear this whether you're going to school, work, grocery shopping, anywhere except the gym. I do hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more videos, and I will see you on the next one.